Going for the knife kill.
He's gonna get it. Yes.
He gets the knife kill.
Oh my God.
Gerald with the shield.
Wow.
LaMelo getting out.
way.
Blasters on a killing spree.
Getting right into the action with the Doom Fist here. Making
one Doom punch.
Hello and welcome into the Ball State Esports Arena promptly right here on Ball State's campus here in beautiful Muncie, Indiana. Welcome back to week number 4 of ESC Overwatch action. Your Ball State Cardinals are taking on the Akron Zips tonight. But before we get to that, my name is Austin, aka Austin BPG, aka Garrett Bear, aka JaCrispy, aka just the sandwich. The sandwich.
I'm Devin Pote, aka Disco, aka DP28 Media, and we got a good
we got a good match for you tonight. As I said, Ball State versus Akron, but not just that. Both teams are undefeated. They are 3-0 going into this matchup,
Yes.
and I do believe this is the first meeting of undefeated so far this season.
Yes, it is. And a lot of the records tonight, since the season is still young, a lot of the records, we're going to have a lot of repeat records. Like currently, we have 4 teams that are undefeated. It is us, Ohio University, Miami, and Akron. And tonight we are facing Akron. So one of these teams is not going to be undefeated by the end of the night. And from talking to the team beforehand, they're really confident that they can take Akron down, and Akron will drop to 3-1. Ball State will stay up at 4-0.
And we've been talking a lot about these standings, top 4, undefeated 3-0. We named them off. Let's go ahead and take a look at those undefeated teams that are going to be competing here tonight. Of course, all of the ESC is competing tonight, but looking at the season standings, like we said, 3-0, top 4, Bowling Green and Northeastern both tied right behind them with 1 loss apiece. After that, it's a lot more repeats, a lot of 1 and 2s. And then rounding out your ESC standings, Buffalo, Northern Kentucky, and Toledo down there at 0 and 3. I definitely think the marquee matchup tonight probably is Akron versus Ball State.
Yeah.
There's a lot of history between these two schools as well.
Not just in Overwatch, everywhere.
Everywhere
throughout the ESC. We had last semester, I'd say, especially with Rocket League. Ball State went undefeated all the way up to the finals and ended up falling to Akron.
Yes.
Did not play well, and then they beat Akron in RLS.
Yeah, RLCS. I mean,
RLCS.
It was a crazy season in Rocket League for Ball State because they beat Akron during the season, lost to them in the postseason, and then beat them when it really mattered in RLCS. And then over in Valorant League, this is really a tale of an underdog school coming in and making their presence felt within their first 3 years, going right after the top dog.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. And tonight, obviously, none of those top 4 teams have faced each other tonight, so this is going to be the first time where the top 4, the undefeated, the ones to look at this semester, this is the first match that we're going to see tonight of those top 4. And like I said, Ball State's confident to win. I'm sure Akron's confident they can win. I think Ball State, personally, are the favorites coming into this based on performance from last year between the two teams. I'd say Ball State probably has the upper hand if we're going to look at just numbers. But anything can happen, and we have a lot of changes, which we'll get to later tonight. But let's take a look at the Ball State roster, what we're going to be expecting tonight. You know him, you love him. Spencer is Tank, Ninja Curly Fry, Damage, UKSC Ghost on Damage, Support Yakester, and Raven.
I mean, same group of faces we've seen for the past 3 weeks, 4th week this week, obviously, and you kind of alluded to it, but there's a reason why there is a conference championship trophy in our trophy case for Overwatch. This was the team to beat last year, and they once again are the team to beat this year, and they've showed it so far through the season. 3-0. Akron, big matchup tonight. Like you said, both undefeated coming in. Who will leave undefeated and who will leave with a loss? No one can tell yet, but like you said, I am very much so on the side of Ball State in this. But that is not the only match happening tonight. As I said, all of the ESC is competing tonight. So let's go ahead and take a look at tonight's matches from around the ESC. You've got Toledo, who I believe is 0-3, facing undefeated Ohio. That is going to be an interesting match. A great trap game for Ohio to fall into there.
Could be a massive upset.
Could be. And then Central Michigan, who I believe is 1-2, facing Miami, who is also 3-0. And then obviously the other two undefeateds are facing off in Ball State and Akron right here tonight. Northern Illinois, I think, having a little bit of a disappointing season. Typically a pretty decent team, down to 1-2 already on the year, facing Western Michigan. And then we've got Eastern Michigan facing Kent State. Buffalo, who your Cardinals have already faced this year, facing Northern Kentucky. And then Bowling Green versus Northeastern, battle of 1-2s there to round out tonight's slate of ESC matches.
Yeah, and IU's performance is really surprising me this year. They've been one of the top contenders. Or was it NEU?
I think they both are pretty decent.
I think NIU was the one who won. No, it was Miami. I believe they were the runner-up 2 years ago. If I'm not mistaken, I could be mistaken. It could be NIU. It could also be NEU. It's too many different ones. But
it's kind of hard when you have almost the same initials and the same
mascot.
Same mascot, same color scheme. I mean, let's get a little originality here.
Come on.
Who uses red, white, and black? I mean,
come on. Pick something different. Pick something different. Go like purple and gold. That's never done before.
Oh, no. Those are Mardi Gras colors.
Hey, today is Mardi Gras.
Well, Mardi Gras is more of a season than it is a singular day.
Okay. Anyway, what's the span of Mardi Gras now? I didn't know it was like
it's literally from like the end of New Year's to like early March.
Really? Because I've only heard that it is today. That is what I've heard.
Because throughout, it's called Mardi Gras season. It's another season down in Louisiana because my dad lives down there, so I'm pretty in depth with the culture. And a lot of people will leave their Christmas trees up and just have it as a Mardi Gras tree.
Oh.
So they'll decorate it with like a bunch of masks and different ornaments and such.
A lot of people just leave their Christmas trees up anyway until like October.
Well, yeah, but if you're down in Louisiana, you actually have a reason.
True, but if you're not, you're a psycho. So let's move on to our roster that we're going to see from Akron tonight. The Zips. That is a kangaroo, by the way. I think it's like a different type of kangaroo. But on tank, we have Wahasha. On DPS, we have Sweaty and Eric. Support, Tasmino and Pixeled Star. We don't know too much about this team. I'll be honest, I do not. I think the only one I believe I recognize is Eric. Eric sounds familiar to me. That's all. I don't recognize a lot of these names.
I worked in the back last year, so I didn't have to learn these names.
That's true. I was up here, and I
was the one producing these last semester.
Yeah.
I didn't have to cast it, but
I was up here, and I still don't remember.
Akron, as good of a team as always in any esport, they will surely bring it tonight to their rival.
Absolutely.
Ball State, once again, we cannot hammer this home enough. 2 undefeateds going against one another, but something else has been brought to the table from Blizzard and Activision. Yeah. This new game patch is truly game-changing. Like,
there's a lot.
I would say borderline game-breaking.
So one of our supports, I talked to him, Raven Strider. You guys know him very well. He's the one that we talked about 2 weeks ago, how he's always in here practicing. He's probably one of the hardest workers that in this entire program that I've seen. Right alongside a lot of the sim racers also here, who I see in here a lot. And then Rocket. I mean, literally, there's a few people from every single team that I see here in every day. But what he talked to me, he gave me a list of things, kind of broke it down. I also talked to the captain, Otta, saying what he thinks is going to be most impactful tonight. And what Otta said, so one of the biggest things is projectile size. That's bigger.
Goodness.
We had a conversation about this beforehand. Well, I think this is crazy.
It's so hard to pinpoint what's the biggest aspect of this, because not only that, they're pretty much getting rid of the support role with every role being able to heal themselves after 5 seconds now. Everyone has a passive healing ability after 5 seconds now. If you go 5 seconds without taking damage, you automatically just start healing again. This was originally only for support characters who were able to do this. Now
it's everybody.
Tank, DPS, it doesn't matter what you play, you automatically get that passive self-heal after 5 seconds without taking damage. So, I mean, and not only that, they gave everyone more health. They gave everyone 50 more health, and Roadhog 100 more health. And also, they reworked Pharah.
Pharah has more horizontal mobility now, and also...
Like she needed that.
Yeah. Well, they kind of balanced it out. She cannot fly infinitely. She has to be on the ground in order to regain stamina for her jetpack. She cannot regain it in the air, and you can't just really just tap it a little bit. She has to be on the ground. So that's
almost
actually
like that should have been done years ago.
I know, it's actually a pretty big change. That out of all of these, that's probably the only one that was asked for. So now, but we also have bigger projectiles, which we were messing around with a little bit. It's pretty crazy. You can be a couple. If we're looking at it right now, so you can see it's hit there. About a couple centimeters off the target.
That doesn't hit. That doesn't hit yesterday. That doesn't hit yesterday.
No. So you can see the crosshair is off the target, and yet still able to hit. Let's look at Tracer here. It's down on them. That's absurd. For hit scan characters like Soldier, this is gonna be incredible. And for
Sojourn.
Sojourn and two characters they have to lead shots with, it's still gonna be crazy. And we tested out with Widowmaker. Widowmaker, you can be about 2 centimeters off the head and still hit the shot, which is nuts for players like these who have immense good aim.
And not only that, I mean, we've seen what our DPS can do with Sojourn and other hit scan characters, so this just completely flips what they were trying to build. So when Sojourn got added, people were complaining about how good she was. So they nerfed her.
Now she's better.
Now
she's better.
Now
when you put it in the hands of a player like this, she is going to be unstoppable.
Imagine OG Sojourn, but that's every hit scan.
Imagine if Sojourn was hit scan.
Sojourn is hit scan.
Sojourn?
Sojourn.
Sojourn is not hit scan.
Is she not? Did they switch that?
No, she's never been hit scan. She's always been like a little bit lead.
Well,
you have to lead the shots.
When we showed it earlier, it was...
That was Soldier.
No, Sojourn. We did it earlier in the back with Sojourn.
I could have... No, I could have sworn that she is... You have to lead the shots a little bit.
It's a projectile, but it still is... Projectiles are bigger. Therefore...
Yeah. I mean, it's going to feel like hit scan with her, but she's technically not hit scan, but with how big the bullets are, it might as well be. Especially when you're up close.
Railgun.
Oh, man. I didn't even think about that. Oh, my God. We've seen how accurate Ninja and Ghost and Ghost are. I think we saw mainly Ghost 2 weeks ago on the Sojourn, and man, was he frying. He was frying, mowing down the team. And yeah, I think this is a bad change. And I mean, we talked about this before. They announced these patches and these fixes. I don't want to say fixes a month ago. Everybody hated them, and they still added them. So thank you, Blizzard.
But I think what's hilarious is one of
Can't show the brands.
One of the hit scan.
Made it worse.
One of the hit scans that we tested it with, and you would think kind of is absurd, especially with this new projectile.
Yeah.
Was Bastion. And Bastion's was actually like. It was pretty close. Like, it was...
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was nowhere near egregious as the other ones are.
I mean,
which
Bastion
is crazy because...
I think that would have put him in the meta if that was the case. If it was as bad as, like, Soldiers and Sojourn is. I think... Yeah, let's look at Bastion.
See, like, that is a lot closer than...
I don't know. That's pretty bad.
It's bad, but... I don't think it's anywhere near as bad as the other DPSs. Because if that's Soldier,
still,
that's hitting. if that's Widow,
Soldier,
that's hitting.
Yeah. Can we actually see Widow real quick? I want to see Widow. Okay. I'm gonna. Thank you, Carlos. I didn't realize this was in real time. Actually.
Oh yeah, this is real time.
Okay. Let's take a look at Widow.
Live sports production, baby.
Absolutely. Gotta love it.
Target identified.
That's nuts. That is crazy. I cannot believe my eyes. Oh my goodness. I gotta see it though. What? Are you kidding me right now? Oh, I'm having a coughing fit now because of that. That's nuts.
Yeah, so you can see very good patch here from Blizzard.
I'm so sorry.
Definitely.
So sorry for the other person in the back who just had to
every person
deal with me doing that.
Every player wanted. This is exactly what every player wanted.
We've been asking for this since 01. We want every single hit scam character to be more overpowered.
We actually used to pray for times
Dude.
like these.
Are you kidding me? Can you go lower? I want to see lower. How low? That's incredible. That's incredible.
Yeah, so patch everyone really loves. People were asking for it.
Oh my God!
It's been on the mind of everyone. You know, this is truly what Overwatch 2 players want. So like,
yeah.
Like if you have an issue with this, I mean, you just aren't an Overwatch 2 player.
You're
honestly.
just not, and I'm not. So, at all actually, I stopped playing the game. That's not. Like every time I see it. So you can hit the brim of Ash's hat and kill her.
It wasn't even in the brim, bro.
Now you can see our faces right now with how absurd this is. If you're not familiar with Overwatch, let me just tell you that the game should not be like. Even the box can't handle it, which we haven't talked about.
I don't want to see that.
No, the box
I
don't
don't
want to see it. So, by the way, 55.
Shield your eyes. We can't let the young ones see stuff like that.
No. 55 viewers, by the way, and we will open the box. That is the goal tonight. 55. It was 50 last time, I believe. 50 last time. Now we're bumping it up to 55. So yeah, the box will open at 55, and I'm
speechless.
I'm still a little shocked too.
And it's crazy because I saw it earlier, and it's still just.
I
baffling.
didn't see it earlier, and that's what kind of warranted my reaction of standing up and also putting me on another coughing fit, which I apologize. First of all, I'm having some allergies, so that'll probably happen a few times tonight. But man, I knew it was gonna be bad from getting that list, but seeing it now it's crazy. And seeing the scale of it, I'm trying to open my phone so I can look at the rest of this stuff. Because there's a few other things. I think what we should have expected with some of these patches, with like the healer, with like the extra health, we're going to expect some longer fights.
Yeah.
Probably. A lot longer fights. It's going to be a longer time to kill, obviously, because every character has more health. Mobile takes more HP, can sustain dives longer. Stationary tanks receive less healing, actually. Did not know that. I don't know if that's. I think that might be a new patch.
I mean, let's be honest. How many tanks are just standing still?
Especially with the tanks we have now.
Yeah.
If Bastion was a tank, that'd be understandable. But
Well,
then again,
he
can still move with a turret. So I guess that doesn't mean anything, really.
Well, I mean, I guess
high DPS damage heroes, DPS heroes that can apply passive well, which is like splash passive, supports that influence time to kill. Ana, Jeet, Mercy, Zenyatta.
Yeah.
Zenyatta is going to be broken. Oh my gosh. I can only imagine what he looks like.
Yeah.
Do we still have it on the screen? Can we see, or are we starting to go in game? But if we could see Zenyatta, I would love to see Zenyatta because I mean, I think they were talking about a little bit beforehand how Zenyatta, his stuff is just going to be out of the world. From just seeing what Widowmaker looks like, I can only imagine what his is, because his is already big.
Yeah.
His is already big, so this is going to be worse. And then what to expect less of, one-shot reliant heroes, Roadhog, Widowmaker, Hanzo, Junkrat. Although I didn't see much change with Widowmaker, I think that's still going to be... Oh, this isn't that bad. Oh, it's pretty bad. Okay. That's, let's see this.
I'll probably say I'm trying to... I don't know. I can't tell if that's as egregious as
That's not
Widow or not.
That's not as bad as Widow, I don't think. I would argue that is actually a lot.
I'd say it's similar to Bastion.
Yeah. So it looks like they moderated it well. They didn't just apply it to every single hero. They actually took some.
Carlos did tell me Hanzo's was pretty absurd. So.
Oh, I was. I'm glad I stopped playing this game. I love the finals. I've never realized how much I love the finals until right now. I have loved that game for about a couple months now.
You know what game I started playing last night that I absolutely love?
What?
Helldivers. Helldivers 2
need to get that game. I've heard so much about it.
I was so skeptical, like, because I typically don't play a whole lot of looter shooters.
Yeah.
Can we also see Junkrat? Oh, you just switched from it.
Okay.
My bad. My bad. I shouldn't have been asking.
No. We can't have those things.
Yeah, but
We aren't allowed to ask.
Helldivers 2, really, really fun. It reminds me a lot of Starship Troopers. Like I'm doing my part. That's exactly what it is.
Oh, yeah.
That's exactly what it is. Because the entire thing is for liberty and...
And Junkrat does the same amount of damage. It's not just headshot damage. This is damage on... oh, wow. Well, you're a Junkrat main, so this helps you a lot.
Yeah, it does, but like...
No. That's bad. That is bad. That's really bad. That's worse than I thought it would be. I think that's the worst one yet. That's the worst one yet. He's walked off. That's the worst one. Wow. Okay.
As a Junkrat main, I love this. As an Overwatch player, I hate this. I despise this. That's hitting nothing, bro. That's hitting the air.
That, whatever that is,
I think he might be on fire.
The ball is not making contact, and yet it still does damage. I need answers to this now, Blizzard. I don't want to see. What other characters would we like to see? Just while we have time, because I would really love... I would really love to just get a, like, I think we've talked about everything we wanted to.
I'm going to say, let's see a tank. We haven't seen a tank or a support yet.
Oh, no. This could be really bad.
Reminder, he has no drop-off. That's not
terrible. That's a lot like Bastion, I'd say.
And I'm imagining Life Weaver will be a lot of the same. Like, there won't be much spread on the hitbox of Life Weaver either.
Yeah, that's not terrible at all. That's not bad. I enjoy that. I don't enjoy it, but I like it better than others. Diva, I don't think Diva's going to matter much because she does have the...
It's shotguns.
It's shotgun, so I don't think we're going to see much. Can we see her rockets? Her rockets. That's not terrible at all. Okay.
I mean,
so I think it's going to be a lot of trends.
The thing with that, though, is you could see it clearly going over their head. And then,
yeah.
I don't know if that was splash damage or what it was, but...
That's still not as bad as I don't think Diva's going to be affected, obviously, because the shotguns. I heard about Reinhardt's thing. Apparently, he does more damage. That is a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage. That's 100 damage? Show me Tracer. I want to see Tracer.
That's crazy.
You're
just like ordering Carlos around.
Like, I am ordering Carlos around.
You showed up to work today, and here you are bossing him around.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like a lot, but I bet, like, if you're moving around like a Tracer's supposed to be, I bet it will play more of a factor.
Like, yeah. Oh. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay,
all right.
Okay.
I was waiting for the...
That's absurd. That's absurd. I think she does too much damage anyway. But
oh my god.
That's headshot damage. That's not even shoulder damage. That's just straight up headshot. That's not body or arm. That's just right to the dome.
Oh my god.
If you get within like the airspace of their head, it's game over.
It's done.
Yeah.
It's done. Oh. Oh, that's just massive drop off. That's insane. So now we have a better idea of what to expect sort of from this. But you gotta remember, everybody has a little bit more. Oh man.
See what I mean?
Wait, where's the railgun? Railgun? Show the railgun real quick. Okay. You don't have. You need a charge, buddy. Okay, I think we just give up. So Otta has invited you, so I think we probably should go into the game soon.
Battle Mercy.
Oh yeah. Oh my God! What? It's Mercy! What is that? What is that? What the? I can't say that on stream. I don't know, I'm wearing jeans. You can't see that. I'm totally not wearing jeans with a suit top. I'm going somewhere after this. I had to do time. He's still out for the count. I think we're gonna get to the game soon. Just telling from the invite from Ada. I thought you had. I'll be honest. The glimmer from your glasses. I thought you had a tear running down your face, which I
want to, bro.
I want to cry. I haven't cried. I think since I watched season 7 of Clone Wars. And I want to cry right now. That's a
crazy.
lie. That's a
That's
lie.
crazy.
That's a lie. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. That was a good movie. I need to watch that again.
I almost cried a couple nights ago. My car got towed, and that was.
Oh, dude, that's the worst feeling.
It sucked, bro.
Sucked.
It sucked. Anyway, a map that does not suck here though is Ilios.
This could turn around my mood tonight because my mood right now is just sadness, disappointment. It feels like my childhood.
I'm not angry.
And
I'm just disappointed.
I'm angry. I'm angry. Hopefully we get to see some I'm sure that'll be fun.
One good thing coming out of this patch though is they did tease a Cowboy Bebop.
They did. But
collab,
I still like that. Made me want to play the game more. Then this kind of just reset my want to play this. I'd rather play Helldivers and spend my money on Helldivers than whatever battle pass they bring out. It cannot reprimand what they've done.
I'm just trying to wonder what skin, like what heroes will get what skin.
That's true.
Like,
That's interesting. I feel like we're gonna see. Oh, what's the main character's name? Sorry, I'm watching a lot of anime right now. Spike.
Spiegel.
Spike. We're gonna see. I feel like maybe Cassidy with Spike. I would say.
That's what I was saying too, because the only gun that I remember Spike using is a
revolver pistol thing. Yeah.
So I that'll probably be the move. I don't know,
Yeah.
but Ilios, it's just capture the point. So first team to get on the point and defend it all the way up until 100% will get the point, and best 2 out of 3 on this. So first one to get 2 points will win the round, and then I think after that, I don't know what we go to after that. Isn't that it's either payload or hybrid? Because I know flashpoints.
If I remember from
it's payload.
It's payload. I was about to say. If
because
I remember from 2 weeks ago, it is payload.
Payload,
And
flashpoint, and then hybrid, I do believe.
Yep,
Or
as we go into the game now, Akron versus Ball State, 2 undefeated teams coming together. The first 2 of the current 4 undefeated teams to duke it out. Yeah, to duke it out with a lot of patch changes, increased health.
It's gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be interesting. A lot of the increased projectile thing, which I'm still kind of, it hasn't really settled for me yet with how bad some of that is. We're gonna see Kiriko, maybe Lucio. So it looks like from Ball State we're gonna see Sigma, Sojourn. Ball State picked pretty fast. We're in a Brigitte and a Zenyatta duo with a Tracer and a Sojourn on DPS and a Sigma on tank. And a quick switch there from Eric to Tracer. We're going to see a similar setup, but we are going to have Kiriko and Junker Queen instead. So
I can't stand Junker Queen.
I cannot. And Junker Queen also
She always just lives.
Health.
That's the thing. She always just lives. And not only that, she got more health now, too, which is just fantastic.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we wanted.
And we're going to see a quick switch round from Akron. That's a pick for both sides. 2 for Ball State. Ball State already with the upper hand now. But Ninja Killer Fry, he's low. He's got to get out. He might have that passive healing. Doesn't quite get it. Spencer really going for this Lucio. Finally going to fall. Tank v tank. Spencer comes out on top. Ball State with a team wipe. They win, but they lost a few members in the meantime.
It doesn't matter, though, because they will take this point and they will hold it. And that's exactly what they wanted. They just wanted to win the team fight enough to get that early, establish an early presence on the point. Here we go, another team fight.
Sorry, I just saw that. I didn't even think he was aiming at somebody. Then I saw the hit marker, which is nuts. But yeah, I think we're going to see a lot from Ball State. We saw it 2 weeks ago. We saw it a week ago. A lot more strategic play with the new coach Ada. We've seen a lot more precision. You know, they don't hang around on the point completely. They move off the point and use the coverage to their advantage. And currently, it's a pretty even matchup right now. It's a 2v2. They still have Ball State still has the tank. They lost that. It's just going to be Ghost. Ghost still looking for a kill. It's a Tracer v Tracer. He goes for the ults. Can't quite find it. He's going to have to back out soon. It's a 2v1.
The important thing he's doing here, though, is keeping pressure on the point, because
stalling.
even if it was contested, the percentages still go to Ball State. So Ball State up 47-7 now and climbing for Akron. But that is a great start. Typically, you want to try to segment out your team fights around every 25 to 50%. So they held on for 50%, which is good. They're already halfway there, just shy at 47.
Yeah.
But they need to win this team fight here in order to get back on the point and retake it. They're down. They've already let up 25%. Well, on their way to trying to match that 47 is Akron. But Ball State pushing back onto the point here, getting the pick on Eric, and it is still contested by the Lucio. Lucio going to make it not easy for Ball State. But Ball State does clean up here, and it's looking like they're just going to stagger onto the point and try to get as much progress on this point as possible. I don't like the move here. I say you take your lumps, you fall back, and then you have another full team fight. You're behind 3 point. You're behind 3% at the time they recaptured it, which is fine. You know, it's not an insurmountable lead, but I would have just fallen back, and I would have liked my chances a lot more with the team fight rather than just staggering and trying to get percentage after percentage after percentage, because now here's what happens is Ball State is all the way up, and here you are still staggering out of spawn, and this is the Ball State team of old. They love pushing you back to your spawn and holding as another team fight here, not even on the point.
Yeah, I mean, look at Ball State's ults right now. And I want to mention something about the last fight. Akron lost their tank early, which really hurt them. Junker Queen, Wahasha, and they we see it again. Sweaty making the switch to Widowmaker. We might be able to see some changes in here. And then it's back. We don't get to see Widowmaker at all. I lied to you. With 90% on the counter, and we're going up currently. I think someone's trying to sneak back, maybe to contest the points and put us into overtime, which I have a feeling we're going to see now with a quick push. There it is. And Akron is going to try to take it, and Ball State's going to try to save as many ults as they can.
Yeah, Ball State
utilize what they can, counter what they can. Out comes the Kiriko ult for Akron. Akron is going to be able to capture the point, but Ball State using the surrounding cover. Yeah, a lot of eliminations. Ball State is wiping through this team. They stayed on the outside. They let Akron get the point, but it doesn't matter. Ball State wipes through the team with the team kill. And they are going to probably win this match unless somebody can get fast enough. And I think that Junker Queen ult almost gets back, but boop off the point, though. Lucio got it. Once again, Junker Queen is dead. Akron, with a half-fake attack, is going to lose the first round. They got back again. Maybe I should stop talking at this point.
Well, and this is exactly what they're doing after their first team fight, is that they're just staggering onto the point to try and get percentage. They don't want to fall back and try.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness. They don't want to fall back and take a team fight, which they couldn't there. I get it there, but what you did earlier set you up for that.
Yeah.
It set you up for the staggering onto the point. That's what you can't have. You can't stagger at all, especially when this switched from 6 to 5 from OW1 to OW2. It puts so much more weight on each individual role. So if you lose the one tank that you have, it is devastating, because that is the one tank you have. You lose a DPS, it sucks, but it doesn't suck as much as losing a tank, because you have another DPS. You have another support. You don't have another tank.
Right. And now we're going on to this map, and I'm feeling we're going to see probably a Lucio from Pixel Star, as I would expect, looking to get maybe some boops. You always want to look for those boops because they're easy kills.
Easy.
It's hard to get, especially with teams
on this map.
Yeah, it's hard to get with teams of these caliber, but if you can find it, we're seeing an Ashe. We're seeing a Genji. Hey, Eric, that's a more weird pick, is a Genji from Eric. Maybe he pulls out, maybe they know something we don't know. This is something that they pull often, but
well, I mean,
same
everything
sort of thing from Ball State right now, where they're just playing a bit more range with the Ashe. Ghost already on the point, trying to put pressure, trying to pull Akron away from each other, hopefully to pull someone away. Like that, Lucio tries to get a bit of damage on Lucio.
The only thing I can think of for the Genji is that everything shot at him gets put back with the same hitbox. Yeah. So the projectiles that are getting shot at him, if he can deflect it and aim it properly back at whoever shot it, there's a good chance that he will get a hit, if not some kills. That's the only thought process that I can think of for Genji with this new update. Because Genji, I don't think Genji's been really relevant since Overwatch 2 came out.
Yeah.
He was super, super good when it came out, and then they just kind of nerfed him. Same thing with Sojourn. I mean, they just enjoy nerfing people to oblivion, and then they do something like this.
Yeah, and finish up that fight, we saw Yaker with a double kill on the Brigitte. On to the next fight, Ravenstrider And Yakes are keeping the high ground, kind of surveying around, trying to find any information. That's a deep dive from Akron onto the back line of Ball State. They're going to take out one healer, take out two. That could be bad for Ball State going into this fight. UK Ghost has an ult. He can get an easy kill on the back line if he aims it right. But this is bad for Ball State. They're going to have to retreat. Spencer already dead. Now Ninja Curly Fry falls. I think that was a mistake for Ball State from keeping their healers on that high ground too long. They wanted the information, but at what cost?
I agree. I felt like it was a little too passive from Ball State there. I think they play best when they are aggressive, when they are pushing the attack. There, they were off the point. They were very laissez-faire with the hold on the point. So now, if ball is in Akron's court, they are defending. Dive by the Winston with the Kiriko pocket. Not too bad. This is exactly what they had. You can't see Ghost with the Tracer. Ninja with the Ash doing work, getting the picks that they need.
Man.
4 down for Akron. The only one left, Genji, on the run, trying to survive. Will he deflect and get a cheeky little kill? He's trying, not looking like it. Raven Strider cleans it up. Not necessarily a team kill for Ball State because all 4 were back up, but if Akron is smart, they will hold back and wait if they get the chance to. Raven Strider pushing the attack here on Akron.
Now we see the healers back up with the team. Spencer with a quick kill on the Sweaty. That's going to be big. Taking out a big damage player with the Sojourn for the other team. He's going to respawn in a few, but he's going to push their attack back, stall Ball State some time so he can get some percent more on the point. If Ball State wins this, they do win this round, and we go back on to Payload. That's going to be an ult, I believe, from Akron. You're going to use a Crusading Rush.
Good
it's
Zen ult.
Going to be countered by Raven with the Zen ult. That's perfect. Putting in the hours he is. The timing on that was perfect. Completely nullified it. There's the Genji ult. We could see something big here. Something that we don't know about with this team. That's a takedown. That's the Genji down. Doesn't do squat for Akron. Ball State with the answer. Pushing them into a small place. Really just nullify that ult from Genji. He couldn't do anything. Now, just a desperate ult from Sweaty. At this point, I would say your tank is down. One of your DPS down. Your healers are down.
Why not fall back?
Yeah, don't waste your ults like this. Wahasha is the only one that has an ult for Akron. They wasted 3. We spit everywhere. They wasted 3.
3 ults down for Akron. I mean, that could have been the game changer in this upcoming team fight, but now they're going to have to try and rush back and just pray that they get on point. I'm imagining Winston's going to hop onto the point,
Out goes
and
Bob,
use
though.
his ult. Bob is out. Roadhog ult is out, clearing point, trying to keep everybody away.
Roadhog has 800 health. This is something I never wanted to see. And Spencer was talking about it before the match, how he loves Roadhog and he loves playing Roadhog, and this was a good change for him. But Ball State is going to win.
Roadhog.
Yeah, Ball State's going to win the first round. They take it off Akron. A few misplays from Akron that I really noticed there was bad ult usage. You know, actually, I want to watch this first from Spencer on the Roadhog. I believe this was at the end of the game when he switched off. Yeah, in this corner right here, that's with the side of the game. And then we still see a ult from Sweaty on the Sojourn. Even while 3 of your players are down, your tank, one of your DPS, and one of your healer are down, and yet you still use your ult. I feel like, in my mind, that's a time to back out, save what you have, and use it for the next fight. If they had that Sojourner for the ult for the next fight, that could have been, you know, if the shots were placed right, that could have been a game changer. You know, they could have stalled out for a little bit, possibly won the game if they won the next 2 fights.
This is a team-oriented game, and they are not playing as a team.
They're playing like I do.
They are very much so individual. It looks like 5 people just kind of
That was a little mean. Sorry.
thrown on the same team. It's just not a whole lot of communication from the. It doesn't look like there's a whole lot of communication going on here. They're staggering out one after another onto the point. So I'd say the big thing for Akron going into this next round, you have to communicate. You have to line up your attacks one after like you can't just stagger and try to get percentage on point. Team fights make or break this. In this level of Overwatch, you have to win the team fights.
Uh-oh. It's our favorite map, Austin.
It's your favorite map.
It's our favorite map. It's Kings Row, the best map in the game. Everybody agrees. Everybody plays it. It's always the hybrid. We were wrong, by the way. It's not payload. It's hybrid. I feel like sometimes it switches because I feel like we had payload 2 weeks ago, but maybe I was wrong. Maybe it was Kings Row. But kind of backing off your point, I feel like the most team play that we saw from Akron was when they dived on both healers as a team and then took out Ball State's back line and just wiped the floor with them.
And once you know that worked.
Yeah, that did work. I mean, obviously Ball State wasn't going to let it happen again, but you have to have plays like that where you're adapting. We're going to talk about everything. I talk about it when we do the broadcast for traditional sports. Adaptability. Adaptability is the biggest name, is the name of the game in everything you do, sports-wise, whether it's esports, regular sports, adapting in your day-to-day life. You know, it's the biggest thing. And where you didn't see that much from Akron, we saw that one big play, and then they kind of just fell apart. They were scattered. They used their ults when they probably shouldn't have, which I still, in my mind, is the biggest part, was the biggest flaw that we saw from them.
I don't know if I'd say necessarily adaptability is the biggest issue for Akron, because they're
versatility.
They're making switches. Like, they are switching. Like, they came out with the Junker Queen. Junker Queen wasn't working. They switched off of it. They came out with Winston. They are switching their comps, just not fast enough. And they can switch the comps all they want, but if they don't want to fight as a team,
it's not going to work.
You might as well just go ahead and...
Yep.
I mean, that's really it. I mean, team fights will win you this, and they are not fighting as a team. I wish I could hear the comms over there.
Yeah, me too. I wish we could hear the comms over here. Actually, I don't wish, because I feel like we would then, get DMCA'd. I feel like we would get, there would be a lot of words said that maybe we wouldn't want on stream. But now we're going to Kings Row. Ball State's up 1-0. They need 2 more rounds to win the series and knock Akron off the undefeated streak and put themselves on a path for victory. As we go in, Ball State is going to be on the defense. On the defense, Akron's in the red, Ball State is in the blue. I know how confusing that is, but Akron is in the red outline, and Ball State is in the blue outline. They are going to be defending first, and we're going to see pretty similar comp that we saw near the end of the game, a little bit switch up on the support line, though.
Yeah, we're seeing Junker Queen again, which is fine, if you know how to play Junker Queen. That's not the pick I would go necessarily. I like the Sigma pick on Kings Row. I think Sigma is he's a great blanket pick for any map. I don't think there's a map where Sigma is, at such a sharp disadvantage to where you shouldn't play him. I think he's a great just all-around pick. As we see Ninja Curly Fry on the Ashe here, trying to get some sight lines, as well as Tracer up there, already kind of in the back line. They push right by him.
They're going to be going up on the balcony here. This is a popular way to push when you don't really have a shield player, a shield character on your team. You see, they're trying to minimize the damage they take while getting as close to the point as possible. They obviously know that they're going to go there, but it can catch them off guard. You see Ninja has to reposition, and they're almost chasing him down.
Yeah, Junkrat is chasing Ashe down, which I like it and I don't like it. It gets the Ashe, like you don't have to worry about the Ashe, but you're also taking someone away from your team fight to go and try and take care of the Ashe. So, in that
And look at the damage output right now. You can already see Akron is kind of suffering, while Ball State has the healing output right now to keep them up and keep them more healthy than Akron at the moment. That's a good wall. It's going to take Ninja out of contention for a second. Give Akron some space to move. He does get a headshot on the May, and there's already a Kirika ult out, but it's not going to do much. Sweaty's going to fall. They're still struggling to push out damage, Akron is. They're finally going to take out Yakester and Ghost. They're on point. They have the second tick. This is longer than we saw from last time from Ball State. Wahasha with a double kill. Akron already taking the payload. That early Kirika ult really sealed the deal for them.
Yeah, and it was interesting. They wrapped all the way up and around, and, Ball State was in pursuit, and they used that against Ball State. I mean, they wrapped all the way up into the balcony, down. They followed the Ashe. They got her off. That is what you need. That is a team fighting as a team, not a team fighting as a bunch of individuals. That is the type of cohesiveness that you need from a team fight in order to win it. It's crazy what happens when you fight as a team.
Now, right there was a strategy that we often see from Ball State, which is pushing up really far, but now it's kind of come back to bite Akron in the butt, as they already have one of their tank down. Wahasha did get taken down by the Tracer ult from Ghost, and that pushed them back off the point. You can see now they're going to lose some progression. So we see that a lot from Ball State where they like to push up past the point, hold them at the next checkpoint, but it didn't work for them. They took a lot of damage, took more damage than they needed to, and it really kind of held them back. But what I am noticing is a lot longer fights, as kind of we expected with this update. Spencer is frozen, but the support is keeping him alive. That was close from him. A lot of ults are going to be output. We see the Yakester with the Baptiste window. Akron already starting to get pushed back. Pixel Star put in the corner, taken out. And now Tosmino has to retreat as well as Ball State regains control of the payload. And Akron is just stuck under this arc. They cannot get out of this place. Ball State's doing such a great job of just pinching them here.
And this is why King's Row can be such a difficult map.
Oh,
As the Sigma
man.
ult goes out and gets nobody, they all cleared out.
Wow.
They read it like a book. Spencer almost down. Spencer
gone.
does go down. The entire team piling on the back of the Junker Queen to get the Sigma off of the payload. Sweaty continuing down.
Oh! Ninja
Ball
Killer Fry is able to
State.
find Mahashi even in all that chaos. Ghost spraying on the wall for whatever reason. A little bit of BME's knocked out. Now we're going to see Spencer switching to the Ramatra, which is another character kind of like Sigma, which I would argue is kind of a versatile character. You can really put the shield anywhere, and also he has a massive damage output. I'd say even a better damage output than Sigma. Probably an easier damage output with how there is no drop-off, and I mean, you can see it just has immense range. But the amount of health that Ramatra has right now, he can really just mow through these characters.
And not only that, when he left shifts, he also gets more health when he flips into Nemesis mode. So he can be an issue to deal with, especially with a team that likes to group up like Akron does. If you look right now, they have, I do believe that is May, Kiriko, and Junker Queen all right there together. He pops left shift, and it's pretty much game over for him. I mean, he can just go in there. As long as he has support in his back pocket, he can clear almost an entire team, which how the support play works with Ball State, I would have no issue seeing Spencer go in and get a full 3, 4, maybe even 5 kills with someone in his back pocket, especially if there's an ult there to help him.
And I mean, let's be honest. With
Once
the
again,
support
going
team
to the
that
high ground.
You mentioned it, like with the support team that we have at Ball State, if they're still alive, there's healing that's going to be out. You know, especially, I mean, we saw Spencer, he was just so confident there. He pulled him down to the ground. Junker Queen is gone. Wahashi taken out in an instant, but Pixel Star finds 2 on Ghost and Raven. Turns it around, he finds a 3rd. He's looking for a 4th. Yakester now looking to even the odds, takes out one of the healers, but he's taken out himself. Akron has all the meanings to win this match. Spencer's frozen. If Akron can't pull this out, they can do nothing, but they finally pull it out this time. Getting past that arc, they're going to find the second checkpoint unless Ball State can regroup. If they even want to regroup at this point to get back, it looks like they're going to hold back, regroup.
And you see the switch up from Ash to May. They're fully switching from a ranged, more so laid back range attack to a brawl comp. I mean, you've got Ramatra who can just get in there, do a lot of damage. You've got May who can help freeze them in order to do more damage. You've got Lucia who's just constantly all over, especially Yakester, all over this team, who can just get in and get out, very high mobility. So if you're Ball State, you're looking to just get in there, get in their face and get nasty. You wanna just lay it on to Akron right now. That's the team you have, and that's exactly what they're doing. Yakester in the back line with Ramatra, slowly working his way through. You can't see Ghost, picks up 2 with an assist from the rest of the team. And that is what I was expecting from Ball State with this type of comp. Get in their face. Just completely, I'd say, overwhelm them. Like, they're trying to get out, they're trying to get through this little archway here. I would try to push them back in that alley, because their spawn is right there. And you have the comp for that.
I mean, they have the Ramatra ult right here, and you're going to see him pop it. I knew he was going to pop it sometime. He's taking a lot of damage, though. He's in that immortality field. He's going to be kept alive quite a bit, but not enough healing to keep him alive for long. You can't go. Has that ult. He's up on the high ground.
That's 2 for 1, though.
Yeah, he's on this high ground. There's so many ults from Ball State that they can use. They're able to keep Akron at bay. You can see the cover they're using with the high ground. That the Disruptor Orb is going to be sent out, though. It's going to push him back for a second, allow Akron to move. They didn't really utilize it much. What a knife to pull Ghost out of his little hiding spot.
But just like that, already back to full health with the supports of the Ball State team.
Yeah, Spencer's back up. It's going to put Ball State back at full blast. Ninja Curly Fry with Sorry, I saw Raven up there 3 times, and I got flustered a little bit. Raven with the triple kill. Ninja Curly Fry with the assist. That's
Four
what
down
you
for
expect.
Akron.
That is literally perfect, picture perfect with a Mei ult. You know, everybody's frozen, and then you have players like Raven Strider who can just mow through everybody, you know?
I mean, not only that, you have Remaltra going Nemesis for them. They're all frozen. Oh my gosh. It's like Mike Tyson in the ring. He's just throwing lefts and rights. It doesn't matter who's in front of him. He's just swinging, and they are going to go down.
Lucio ult from both teams now. Akron's is already up. I think Ball State made the right decision of waiting it out a little bit, trying to get make that Lucio from Pixel basically useless, and they did a great job of holding out while they could, and they're going to win this fight with nothing left on the clock. Overtime's ticking down. I don't even know why overtime's there, because there was no Akron there.
I think
But this is going to be Ball State is going to hold them out at 45.94 meters. I don't think that's what they wanted. Ball State pretty much has to finish the route in order to win this round now.
Yeah, but I mean, you want to talk about a team. You were talking about adaptability earlier. I mean, they went back. They made the switches necessary. They switched to the Ramatra. They switched to Mei. They switched to a very brawling type of comp, just get in your face, and they perfected it. I mean, they held strong there in the final home stretch.
We saw a different Akron that round than we've seen before, I'd say.
Yep. Akron came out very, very fast. They knew exactly what they wanted to do off the rip, and then they kind of got back into the weeds, kind of back in the forest towards the end of the round, and then they just kind of petered out and stalled there towards the end. But they came out very strong. They just need to figure out a way to ride that momentum deeper into the round, because I feel like it dissipated very quickly for them. And we were talking about brawling comps. Looky here, the 100 damage of Swing Reinhardt is out for Akron, looking to stay on that point and possibly kind of bottleneck this entranceway, and no difference for Ball State. You got the Mei, you got the Ramatra, you got the Lucio. What more do you want? I mean, I love brawling comps. I love getting on the point and just kind of skirmishing, throwing stuff, seeing what works, what doesn't work, and just kind of trying to overpower the other team. And that's exactly what Ball State's doing here. It worked last time. It ain't broke, don't fix it. So they're going to ride it until it breaks.
And we're going to see a bit of a lot different of approach from
Ramatra against Reinhardt's going to be interesting here with the new update.
Reinhardt's going to do a lot of damage. We know that now. And Ramatra, I mean, he has that extra bit, and you can see. Oh, look at that Mei wall.
I mean, not only that, Ramatra's punches go through Reinhardt's shield.
He's already done. Yeah, that Mei wall really just sealed the deal for Wahashi there. And I mean, oh, that's just a quick fight for Ball State. Dropping the mic. I mean, come on. They're going to have this point. I think Akron could get there within another tick.
No.
If they really wanted to, but that wouldn't be at their full blast. So I think Akron's just going to hold this one out, probably hold them at the choke here while Ball State gets the payload. You know,
no, I think
Spencer
they're going to try to
now
push
almost
out.
gets blocked out. They're probably going to push it. They're not going to be able to make it back to the payload before it's taken, but Spencer's already down. That was an aggression. That was a level of aggression that I did not expect from Akron right now. Raven's trying to go in really low.
So they give up.
Oh, and they're still following him. This is incredible that we're seeing from Akron. We're seeing a lot. They like to solo out certain players. And I mean, it seems to work. Yakester in the back line still trying to put up work. Lucio versus Lucio. He is going to fall. Pixel Star wins that one. And Ball State's still on the point. I don't know how they won this. I thought Akron was completely winning. I'll be dead honest with you.
Yeah, I'm a little perplexed here, because they give up the point, but they still want to push up and try to stop the payload at the point, and then they fight off of the point, get killed, and then Ball State advances the point anyway as if they weren't there. I don't know the move like that.
That was a really interesting fight, because I was looking at it from one perspective where it looked like Ball State was losing, and then
they flipped the script.
They completely flipped the script, and I missed it. I think I missed it. So I apologize for you at home. I did miss it. They had the Ramatra ult. There's also the window down with the punches, and it's right at this beautiful angle where he really can just do as much work as he can. I think Akron might pull this one out though, because they have a DPS and a support down on the side of Ball State, and Ball State just gonna crumble one by one at this point. Akron does win that fight, but Ball State still has ults to work with, but so does Akron. They have 3. They have that Reinhardt ult, they have that Lucio ult, they have that Baptiste ult. A lot to work with for both sides right now. And Ninja Curly Fry almost has his ult.
This This Akron team's interesting. I'm just trying to figure out what they're doing because sometimes they want to be super aggressive and fight as a team. Other times they want to be way too passive. And here comes a shatter from Akron.
Everything from both teams is coming out right now. Lucio with the clutch. Yakester used that to counter the shatter. And we're just going to see an all-out brawl right now between those two teams. Spencer going in deep at the moment. He's going to pop that ult. Everybody's low for Akron. Sweaty still finds a kill, and Pixel Star still finds a kill on Spencer. Spencer couldn't find the kill. Everybody was low, but he couldn't get that last hit. Now Ghost has to retreat. Everybody has to retreat as the payload dips further back. They still have 3 minutes. Oh my goodness. Ghost with an incredible shot on Pixel Star. Tasmino goes down. Ballstate might pull this back. Spencer on Reinhardt now. This fight is still going. This is the longest fight I think I've ever seen. A team kill onto Akron. Not a complete team kill, but man, oh man, that fight seemed like it went on forever.
It's crazy what happens when you give everyone 50 health and then a self-passive to heal.
Yeah, no
because,
kidding.
I mean, that is what we talked about. We said expect longer team fights. Everyone has more health, so they're going to be way more game to stay in there longer, to fight and try and claw even longer than what we're normally used to seeing. I agree with you. That felt like it took forever. The defense matrix comes out here for Raven Strider. Absolutely deadly with it up here on top, looking to get some picks. Reinhardt, Spencer switched to Reinhardt. No longer Ramatra wants to ego pick off of Akron. I think it's just a good pick in general. He does so much damage and he has the shield. Great pick here on Kings Row. 90% ult for Reinhardt and Spencer on this Ball State team.
It is even. It is neck and neck right now. Both teams really have the same amount of ults. This May ult may be the deciding factor though. Raven Strider tries to get some damage on Mahasha while he's a chance. Can't really do it. Charge from the back. Spencer goes down. Ball State's gonna lose this fight unless UK Ghost can find some miracle headshots right now. He's gonna run out before he can. Has to run through that disruptor orb. And now they're just trying to keep that payload as far up as possible. They don't want to lose as much space. They've got about 2 more fights in them, but this time
I don't know with how long the team fights are now. They might only have 1.
That's true. That's true. I'm still thinking about old rules. So let's go with 1 fight left. That disruptor orb is going to do a lot of damage from you can't see Ghost. Already a lot of damage onto the Reinhardt. Half health. Achilles doing all he can. Shatter is it's counted, I believe. Spencer uses his shatter. Now he finds 2. Ball State using everything they can. They know they only have 1 fight in them. I think we were right to guess 1 fight because they have a minute left. This fight's already been going for 40 seconds. UK Ghost finds a kill on the Tasmino. Ninja Killer Frying cleans up with 2 on Pixel and Eric. Ball State's going to get the second checkpoint. They've got 2.5 minutes now.
You can't
find the end.
You can't draw it up any better. I mean, you have your back against the wall. You have 1 team fight left. It's your Hail Mary play, and they go to All Reliable. They want to get in their face and get down and dirty in the weeds with them. We have Lucio up top. Defense matrix does go out. They're going to try and pin them back behind the point that they have to get to ensure that they can get it to that point. And we know this Ball State roster loves. Oh,
double charge!
They double charge. It cancels out. They're going to work in here. 3 against 2, 3 against 1. They are going to outnumber you, this Ball State team. It's all about the numbers game, and Ball State knows how to play it best, which is why they are the team to beat in the ESC. Just a little more to get this. Less than a meter left. 0.03 meters to get it. And Akron is giving it all they can, but it's not enough. Akron falls to 2-0.
I don't think people realize that double charge and knockdown really started everything for that match. That battle was kind of neck and neck until that double charge, because that knocked down both tanks. And whoever could dish out the most damage was the one who was going to win that, and it ended up being Ball State.
I mean, not only
Pixel Star with 3 kills here. Absolutely incredible to Lucio. Pixel Star and Yakester have been absolute clutches with this character.
I'll probably say, if you're a Lucio fan, you don't want to look any further in this game.
No. These two, Yakester with the movement, Pixel Star with his movement. I mean, both of them have had 3 Ks, I believe, in this match. I think Pixel Star had that 4K at the end there, which is incredible from Lucio. But I really want to go back to that last battle. Which was, like I said, it started all from that double charge of both tanks being knocked down. And the only reason why Ball State had the upper hand there was because they were able to dish out the more damage in time. They were able to capitalize on that moment faster than Akron. And they took out the tank completely, which in that small area, and with the May right behind, which the May can be the most annoying thing on the planet. Because she can stay alive forever, especially with some of these new rules with the health. She can hop in her iceberg and heal up, and they were able to just catch her off guard and take her out before she get the iceberg down. And, I mean, everything just set up. Ball State used the amount of ults they needed, which I'm pretty sure was most of the ults they had because they knew they only needed a couple meters. And that just, I mean, Ball State just was faster to the punch in that moment, which caused them to win.
Well, I think something else that you haven't said yet, and I surely didn't overlook, is that this is what Ball State does best.
Yeah.
It's never an even fight. It was a 3v2 and then quickly turned into a 3v1. Both the Reinhardts were out, but they only had one other person there to try back up the Reinhardt in that small area. Ball State had 2 more. It is never, ever an even fight when you go up against this Ball State team, macro to micro, and they get it done there. I mean, it's the same thing that they've done since last year. It's the same thing Raven said that they love to do, and they did it to a T there. I mean, classic Ball State to get it done.
Yeah, and the next map is going to be Cerveza, I think I said.
Cerveza.
Cerveza. And yeah, you're completely right. This is the aggression that we expect from Ball State, and also it's the they are so much opportunists. Is the best way to put it. They are very much opportunists. Where like if they see it, and I think this is a lot to say. I think this is a lot due with Otta as coach now, because I mean we've seen the quick reactions to maybe hop off the point and use the surrounding cover to win the fight in the long end. They're thinking in the long game now. Akron's still sort of thinking the short game. We see Ball State thinking in the long game and taking the opportunities that they need and taking the opportunities faster than the other teams, you know?
I use this word to describe one of our Rocket League players during the season. I'll use it to describe this team as poise.
I thought you were going to say The Rock.
No, they...
Not Dwayne.
They have the poise to hold and just wait and wait and wait until they see that point where they see that tiny window.
Yeah.
And they're going to charge in there and take advantage. The poise of this Ball State team is unmatched. And that has a lot to do with the coaching of the team as well.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of change with the coaching. Obviously, Hall Goat always will be a GOAT. One of the founding members of this esports program. One of the OGs. There's a jersey over there, kind of right a little bit further in front of us at the front of the room, with a lot of the signatures of the founding members of this program. Hall Goat is one of them. And he kind of built this team from the ground up as a player to a coach, and now he's graduated. And I think Otta has done a great job of, going off the back of him, keeping this team and bringing this team to be the success that it can
kept the upward trajectory.
Yeah, upward trajectory. That's the word. That's the phrase I was looking for.
And this is Flashpoint, so this is the new game mode. Everything is it's exactly like Capture the Point, except it's best of 5.
I'll be honest with you. I feel like this is going to take an eternity because of the health increase. These fights on these points are going to feel so long. And we're about to see the first one. Ninja Color Fry getting some damage from the back, looking for the back line, trying to get those squishes in the back. You see going for the Kiriko. Kick by 5-1. Sweaty is already going to take Spencer down. That's a tank down. Tasmino down. Sweaty down. The DPS and the healers putting in work, but the Wahasha still up as Akron's tank. Maybe not for long, but Ninja Color Fry in the back. Honestly, I thought this might have been all over Ball State when Spencer went down, but hey, look at this. Ball State coming back easy. 5-kill streak already on the point. Look for the capture. And they might have won this hard point already.
Yeah,
that was interesting. Ball State were able to pull back pretty fast.
Yeah, these fights probably take long for normal teams, but not this Ball State team. This Ball State team loves to operate quick. They love to get on the point and get that. They love to be the first one to get the point. They don't want to have to be fighting to try and take the point back. They love sitting on the point and counter-attacking. They love defending. They don't love the idea of attacking. They want to get that initial push because I think the first team fight always sets the pace for the match. Ball State moves in, gets it done quick, and here Akron giving a lot of the same medicine to Ball State. We'll have to see how they like it though. Yakester with the Lucio diff.
Oh, Lucio diff.
Ooh.
What are we saying? Low diff, mid diff, high diff?
Ooh, I don't know.
I'd say mid diff. It's pretty close. I don't know what that means. I've seen it everywhere, but I don't know what it means. I don't even want to describe what he's doing.
I can't talk, I'm mewing.
Oh. Next team fight.
I don't want to break my mewing streak, just like Ball State doesn't want to break their undefeated streak.
My 21-year mewing streak.
3-0 in the ESC. Ball State is. They get to 99, but
we're both so like fucking scattered right now. As we go into the next match, already, I mean, Akron has all their ults. They already have 3 kills, and I mean, that's just it for Ball State. 99% for Ball State, 25 and counting for Akron at the moment.
Ball State just kind of, like we said, they enjoy biding their time. The poise of this team, they aren't going to attack until they know it's right, and they have 1 team fight left, so they are going to go all out for this team fight. You may be thinking, but they still have 50%. It moves a lot faster. I'd say it's probably 2 or 3 ticks per 1 second compared to the 1 for
oh, look at the damage
the 1
already.
for 1.
I think I'm noticing some of the differences with the Tracer hitbox just
That's
based
what
on
I'm
how much
saying.
damage
When she's moving around,
I just noticed that, like with how much damage they just outputted. That's another boot kill for Pixel Star. But Spencer on the Junker Queen. Junker Queen diff. Ghost gonna finally take out the tank. Yakester finishes up with another Lucio diff. Ball State's gonna have the first flashpoint as overtime ticks down. They have 99%. They're gonna take it. How many flashpoints is it? I believe it's 3.
First to 3, best of 5.
First to 3, best of 5.
So interesting here, though, because both teams for the first time are kind of mirroring each other, except for a single DPS pick is differing them.
They're mewing each other?
And you can't mew one another. It's an individual thing.
It can be a competition.
It can be a competition, but you can't. I guess you can have group mewing.
Group mewing.
You pulling up to the mewing sesh.
I don't like that phrase. I don't like that phrase at all.
Flashpoint unlocks here in roughly 5 seconds. Like we were saying, only 1 DPS. Differs these teams from one another. May to the Sojourn, both are down, but the tank is down for Akron. That is a huge loss. As we talked about earlier, the weight on each roll is kind of a lot more now, especially since there's only 1 tank and 2 of everything else. Kiriko goes down there, but without getting the pick on Tracer. If you're going to go down, you might...
Oh my goodness! Holy crap! I heard the reaction from the team there as well. Spencer just completely predicted Sweaty's flashback with the Tracer. I want to, whoever Twitch mod better clip that, because that was incredible. That was by far. I bet he played a lot of memorization games as a kid, you know, and he just knew what was gonna happen. Back into the action, we have Spencer does get hit by that ult. He's gonna lose healing for a little bit, not very long. Akron already up 2 picks, but Ball State returns them with 2. Sweaty finds 1, but Spencer's still standing with a decent amount of health, and he's got a healer with that Lucio ult. He's gonna have a lot of health back on him, but they're gonna respond with his own Lucio ult. Akron,
She just lives.
there's a lot happening, and I think Ball State is just barely gonna pull out on top. It was a 3v2, but Spencer and Yakester are able to find the win here. I do not think they should have found the win here, because it looked like it was going to be all Akron. Another ult out for May ult. This is just a long battle. Spencer is done. 3 picks for Akron. Ball State's going to have to back off, but they're going to have a couple more fights in them. Because they're at 99%.
Crazy play from the Junker Queen there. Pulled Spencer back into the May ult. Froze him, getting the kill. That's...
Frozen.
That is top tier Overwatch gameplay right there. Wouldn't go anywhere else for it other than the ESC. Ball State versus Akron, 2 undefeateds. Akron back against the wall, 2-0 here, going into another team fight. They do have the point though, however, well past 30%, on their way to 40. Holding the point, a lot of fighting off of the point though. Junker Queen still alive. She just lives, goes down finally. Kiriko down, Tracer
oh my goodness.
down. 2 left for Akron.
Yakester. A lot of this fight, like you said, has been happening off the point, and I feel like that is there's got to be reason for that, and I think it's because of the amount of cover outside the point, and just, I mean how wide open this point is. Eric's trying to freeze up Yakester, but it's not going to happen. I think Ball State might have this in tow. Doomfist is out for Wahasha. A pick that we have not seen yet today. Ninja Curly Fry takes him down. Maybe that's why we haven't seen it. Yakester finds 1 on Eric. Now it's just a Kiriko in the back that they're trying to find. And with 1% remaining, Ball State can get this second over. The second half flashpoint. And they are going to, as they start the rotation, to the next point.
They only need one more point to win, and I think the big thing separating these two teams right now, Akron is finally starting to fight as a team, but their supports need to step up. You see Yakester getting 2 or 3 kills every team fight. That is just... That's nothing but gravy. That's profit, baby. If your supports can chip in and get those kills, that's crucial because it takes a lot of weight off your DPS and tanks. And not only that, you are also still doing your job and healing. That's why Lucio is such a great pick for Yakester, who is kind of a jack of all trades. He can move around, he can shoot while still healing the majority of the team, and that is something you don't want to go up against. If you're Akron or any other team, as Tracer gets past UKSC Ghost here, trying to work their way on the point. Railgun goes, maybe gets somebody. I couldn't see, there was a lot of bodies down there.
Yeah.
Ball State trying to move on to the
Oh,
point.
there's one.
Gets the railgun with the Kiriko, none the wiser that they're behind them, and they move on to the point. They clean the point, one left, and it's Tracer, and she is nothing but easy pickings right there at the end. Ball State takes the point.
Ball State just finds a few picks in the back line of Akron, then just collapse on everybody. You did a lot of talking there. You needed you let it out with the cough, but yeah. I mean, Ball State just got the first few picks and then just collapsed onto the point around Akron. Akron's stuck on the point, not giving him much cover, which just allowed Ball State. Now Ninja Killer Fry is on the side here, looking for a couple picks. He finds one on Eric. Eric does send out that ult before Ninja Killer Fry can get him, but Ninja Killer Fry still has his ult. This could be a free kill in the back. Kiriko's down. Spencer finds Tasmino. Ghost finds Wahasha. This could be game over from Akron unless they can regroup fast enough. Wahasha just respawns. They need to regroup. I think they've got one more fight in them. With how long these fights have been lasting, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Ball State at 99% before the fight is done. And if Akron does not win this...
Yeah, it really all comes down to this. Two teams came in undefeated. One will leave with a loss in the L column. Loss column, that is. One will leave with a loss. One will leave with a win. Ball State well on their way to leaving with a win, but they do have to retake this point.
They might already be there. They just need 7% with how fast this counts up.
Yeah, that's game.
Yeah, this is game. I don't think I can get fast enough.
That spawn's tough.
The series wins, goes to Ball State, 3-0 victory. And how long has it been? It's been 50 minutes. It has been 50 minutes, and they've won the match.
In just under an hour.
And just under an hour, Yakester.
You want to talk about moving efficiently.
Oh, man.
Someone who is the king of moving efficiently is Yakester. You see it here. Gets the pick on Eric, helps with the Doomfist, and once again goes and gets help with the Kiriko. Clean up on the back end by Ninja Curly Fry on the other Tracer. That really kind of sealed the deal on that point. And then they went on, got the third point, and no longer are there 4 undefeateds. There are only 3 as of now, to our knowledge.
Yeah, and I mean, we have no idea. We did not meet the box, unfortunately, today, which is the first time, I think, in box history, actually, unfortunately. Yeah. So, where are you guys? Where are you going? You got to come on back. Overwatch is we had a lot for Rocket League. Overwatch is just as exciting. It may be a little confusing sometimes, but man, do the Cardinals win as we see tonight? Now, we don't know what's happened in the rest of the ESC unless we get informed. But right now, Akron is out of the undefeated zone. They are now 3-1. Ball State goes up to 4-0. We will see what happens with Ohio and Miami tonight, but I would not be surprised if we see them as 4-0 as well. As we do have an interview coming up soon. I believe
it is Yakester.
It is Yakester. So the man we just talked about at the end, the man who had to play the game at the end.
They not give you the mic?
We do not have a mic. So I will hand this to you for the current moment. You might have to do a little closer, but sir.
Hello.
Well, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
I want to ask, so personally, we asked Raven about this last week. We feel like we've seen a lot of changes in your strategy in the way you guys play the game, especially with, let's say, capture point, where you guys will back off the point a lot and use your surroundings a lot more than we've seen in the past. And you'll back off what you're well known for, your aggression, quite a few times. What has the strategy been like with Otta coming in to you guys? What are the changes you've seen?
So, I mean, with Otta coming in here, it's a lot more of a thinking game. Like, we all have the mechanics already for our level of playing. It's just kind of him pounding into us, the fact that we're thinking a lot more, honestly, which is kind of silly to say, but a lot of it is us rethinking fights and thinking positioning and what my next move is, what they're going to do. So a lot of the time when we are backing up, let's say on a capture point, a lot of it is us making sure we're not just barreling it down into, you know, somebody going to kill us, or it's us thinking it through. Especially that last map we just played, there was a lot of fights where we were down players, but we ended up winning just because we took a second to pretty much just think about what we were doing.
Yeah, there was a moment when I believe it was just you and Spencer on the point for, I think it was like a 2v3. I thought you were going to lose that particular battle, but then you guys just miraculously, you know, you held your positioning correctly. You had the right amount of healing, obviously, as you and Raven just do so well of constantly, as well as dishing out damage, which we saw quite a lot from you and the opposing Pixel Star from today, especially. So it was a big Lucio game today.
Yeah, both Lucio's. Obviously, I think yours was a little better, but
well, I think that can be told by the fact that they're still 3-1 and we're 4-0.
Yeah, but
true.
So for the folks at home, I get that support is very easily just classified as healer. How crucial is it for support to put out damage like you do? Like,
I mean,
how does that help the entire play of a team?
Truthfully, I think that's half the battle, is being able to just protect yourself, because in a lot of the team fights, on our first map, Ilios, it was pretty much me and Raven versus the world. I mean, they were 4-man, 5-man diving us, so it's up to us to create an opening, whether it's through Raven's Discord or through one of my Brig whips. It's us trying to create an opening for our team. So us being able to deal damage basically makes Spencer, Ninja, and Nick's job easier.
Yeah, I mean, I think you've basically answered some of the questions that we've had throughout this match and 2 weeks ago when we were also casting. But one more thing I would like to ask is, going forward, what is the team? Obviously, we have our prediction, probably Miami of Ohio, but are there any other teams other than Miami of Ohio that you're really looking out for this year? Any big names? I mean, we haven't seen Ohio really much in that top 4 list, and I believe it's NIU that is usually kind of up there with you in Miami.
Yeah. Obviously, Miami. We have a little bit of a rivalry with this guys.
Both
Kent
Redbirds.
State. Oh yeah, and Redbirds. Kent State maybe. I'm not the guy to ask about that one. That's the unfortunate question. I just kind of play whoever we're playing and don't think much of it.
I could give you the whole backstory with Kent State. I've been on both those broadcasts where we've had some run-ins and butting heads with that Kent State. But and I do want to talk about maybe if you guys have any insight on NIU, because we've seen them be pretty big contenders in the past years, and now I believe they're 1-2.
Yep. Me personally, again, sorry, I don't really know much about them. That's kind of for the game day, you know.
Gotcha.
So.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's definitely one that we're going to look forward to, because I believe it's I can't remember if it's them or NIU. I think it's NIU.
I can't remember. They're both black, red, and white. They're both Huskies. They're both NIU and NEU. It's hard to differentiate. They're both basically the same.
Yeah, but I think this is definitely going to be an interesting season, because I feel like we have some new players, and obviously you guys are just dominant as ever. So thank you so much for coming on. Thank you. Congratulations on the win. Thank you for winning constantly. So have a good night.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So that wraps up another win for your Ball State Cardinals here in ESC Overwatch. I mean, what else would you expect, though? This team is good.
I mean, yeah. I'd say I'd argue more efficient than last year.
Way more efficient.
They are a very efficient team. I'm not even going to use the word better. I just think efficient is a better word to use in case. And we saw, he talked about it a little bit, they're playing smarter. And that's what Otta is telling them to do. They're thinking more. They're thinking about the future. Yeah, that poise. They're thinking about the long game in the future rather than the short game, which I feel like is what we kind of saw from Ball State in the past. I mean, which is what we see from a lot of teams in this conference and in conferences extended out. But I think I'm excited for this year. I just love how they're playing. You know, they're playing smart, they're playing strategically, and I like the style of play that we're seeing from Ball State. And they're still just as aggressive as ever.
I do too, and that's the thing. They're successfully meshing their aggressive style with that new style that they're learning. That poise, they're waiting, and when it's time to go, it's like caged dogs letting loose. They're raring to go. They're chomping at the bit, And finally, Otis says, go get them. Oh, they go and get them.
They get them, yeah.
But I think that will wrap it up from here. BSU Esports on all of our socials. Obviously, Twitch is Ball State University. Make sure you stay up to date with Ball State Esports on all of our socials. Like I said, BSU Esports on Twitter, X, and TikTok. My name is Austin, a.k.a. whatever pretty much you want to call me.
And my name is Devin, a.k.a. also whatever you want to call me.
Have a good night.
See you guys.